Hey Sagittarius, what's going on guys? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot and welcome on in here to your September 2023 tarot reading. How are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Do want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal readings, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. You can find that information in the first link in the description below. But regardless, Sag, let's see what's popping here for you regarding September 2023. What do we got going on here for you? We do have a flip card coming out, Six of Wands showing up. Hello. Very successful card, represents the energy of being on a good path, being in a good direction here. So there could be success coming in here for you, or you could be meeting and hitting some certain kind of goals that you've been having or anything of that nature. But let's go ahead and get started here officially. So we're going to take a look here at the overall energy, which is the Ace of Wands. All right, very powerful, very creative. It is a time where you're starting something fresh. So I do feel like this could be a new job, could be a new relationship, could very well likely be a new part of your journey. But it seems to me here that not only are you starting fresh, but you have a good start is something that I'm hearing coming in here for you as well. Having a look here at the current energy, Three of Swords, looking at what it is you're dealing with. We have here the Tower, and looking at the current outcome, there's that Six of Wands coming out here again. So yeah, I feel like you're moving out of a rough time to a good time, and there is a good start showing up for you. Now, with the current energy here being the Three of Swords does represent some hardships. It represents that you've gone through a lot here, especially on an emotional level, but it also represents too, though, that you have separated yourself from what's caused these distressful kind of emotions. And that's extra clarification here with the Tower, because the Tower is about out with the old, in with the new. Let's take away whatever foundation is broken in our lives, and let's focus on building something so much more sturdier, something so much more stable that's going to be better suited and tailored to us. So Sagittarius, I feel here for you that even though you went through some really hard challenges coming into September, you have finally kind of overcome whatever that challenge is, or let go of whatever that specific challenge is. And now you're hopping into something new that is showing so much more greater promise, so much more success instead, which is really fantastic, right? Maybe some of you guys were struggling at like a job previously. Maybe you finally decided, okay, it's time to let go of this job. It's not working for me. Now a new job comes in. It's like, wow, this is fantastic. It's definitely meeting my expectations. And I'm so happy that I made the switch. It could be the energy of like, hey, this relationship was really not healthy for me, but now being single is exactly what I needed. So you're moving out of a bad situation to a good one is really the big prominent energy here for sure. Let's have a look though and see if anything's showing up in your challenge. For the challenge position, Two of Cups coming into play for you. I think that the challenge here is maintaining this new beginning. It's about maintaining what it is you're now connected to, because you know what it's like to experience the bad stuff. So now that you have something in front of you that's good, it's like, should I believe it's too good to be true? And here's one thing I want to say in regards to that statement. Always watch out when you get involved in an energy of asking, is something too good to be true? Because at the end of the day, it can be true, but you have to allow it to be true to you. When we use terms like it's too good to be true, we're essentially reinforcing doubt that the good stuff we're experiencing is A, gonna last, and B, is it even worthy and deserving of us? Ultimately, if we're believing if something's too good to be true, at the core, we're believing that maybe we're not supposed to be experiencing something this good, which is BS. So Sagittarius, try to remove yourself from that energy. If your challenge here is believing that something's too good to be true, believe it. It's good enough. It is for you. You deserve it. Definitely don't fall into that trap of thinking in that kind of way, okay? All right, though, guys, moving along here forward, let's see what you can expect throughout the rest of September. We have here a Knight of Cups coming in. Could be a special someone showing up for you. We have here a Knight of Swords, and we have here a Five of Pentacles. You could be talking to somebody new, especially if you've been single for a while. I do see that for a few of you Sagittarians, so there could be somebody new coming in. You might be getting to know someone, especially as you've been kind of out of the cold or maybe out of the dating scene for a while. So if you haven't particularly been looking for love or looking to get to know people, somebody may come in here for you that you do find a sense of attraction with and romantic connection with. So that's cool coming up for September. Now I do see some worries. What are these worries entailing? We have here the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I do get the sense here for you guys that after you've dealt with a little bit of a rocky or bumpy situation in the past, you're moving into something good here in September, but I think that you're a little confused why you're still so worried and still so nervous. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you don't want to go back to a struggle or go back to a bad situation. Nobody wants to go back there, right? Especially when you've made headed somewhere good. So you want to hold on to the good things as much as possible. Here's my best advice for something like this. You know, life is a reality of duality, if you will. We're going to go through the bad times, but we're also going to have the good times. And when we're in the good times, the best thing you can do is not worry when those good times may come to an end, or where, you know, or when, you know, is the next rocky place going to come into our lives. But instead, we should be as present as possible. Enjoy the good stuff we have right in front of us, because if we're not being present, but we're being fearful and we're worrying about our futures, we're taking away the ability to actually enjoy the good things that are right in front of us. So for any Sagittarian who's watching and might be fearful of like, well, things are going good right now, when is that all going to end? You're going to basically distract yourself from being able to enjoy what's right in front of you. The best thing you should do is focus on what is right in front of you. If you're having a good time, if things are good, let that simply be and let yourself enjoy it, okay? All right, though, guys, moving along here forward for you. What else can Sag expect in September? We got here a Knight of Wands, and we have here a Strength card coming into play here too. I am seeing for some of you, if you've had any sort of ideas, or if you've been thinking about changing something specifically, you might be second guessing that. I do get the sense here that if you were thinking about making a different change in your life, whether that change is to your lifestyle, that change may be involved with something more personal to you, you might be saying to yourself, maybe it's not the time to do so. Some of you guys, and it could be really simple stuff, guys. Maybe some of you were thinking about getting a different hairstyle, a different kind of, you know, hair color or something of that nature, and then you kind of second guess it and you're like, nah, let me not do that. I feel like for some reason, consistency is going to be a highlight of this month, wanting to focus on things being consistent, things being relatively the same, not wanting to go too crazy with too much change, because you're already jumping into a new beginning, right? You're moving out of a bad time into a good time. If things are good here right now, why, you know, mess it up, if anything, right? And it's not to say that any change would mess it up, but it's like, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, that is kind of the energy that I'm feeling for you. So you're not trying to make too many additional changes in September. You're going to be in a good energy, and it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of keep on doing what it is I'm doing. All right, let's get some closing statements for the rest of September. We have a Page of Swords, observing something, 7 of Wands, and we have here a Hermit card coming out as well. I do think you are going to make some observations, though. Especially when your life starts getting better, you might notice that the people that were dealing with you, maybe when you were going through a struggle, when those people you were connected with saw you in a place of a struggle, and now they see you in a place where you're doing well, you might observe that they're resistant to be around you, or that they feel different, or that something's kind of changed in how they behave towards you. Unfortunately, sometimes when we tend to start to go through our own ascension and we start leveling up in our lives, you know, we can't take everybody with us. And unfortunately, sometimes too, people around us may even treat us differently because they may view us differently in a manner that might not all be that positive. So I think that in September, if we're looking at a downside here of your beautiful new beginning, that downside may just very well likely be that certain people might be acting different towards you because you're not in the same circumstances as you were and as maybe they were moving into the past, right? So things are working out better for you. They might not be working out better for them. That can be a cause for jealousy. That can be a cause for unhappiness. It can be a cause for them to have a very warped perception of you, even though you're happy with your life and where things are going and you would like that support. Not everybody is always as supportive. So I do see here with the Hermit, you might be making some changes with who you surround yourself with here coming into September, especially if people's demeanor has changed towards you. Okay, Sag? All right, though, guys, pretty much for the main situation, though, that we got here in September, success. Love it for you. Big 6 of Wands energy, big new beginning energy, moving out of a bad time to a good time. Yeah, it's a little scary. You're a little freaked out, but at the end of the day, it's that energy here that says it's not about it being too good to be true. I need to allow myself to be happy. I need to allow myself to stop worrying about my future, but instead enjoy this present moment. It is a time right now to not worry too much about changes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Definitely remember that. And if you notice people are behaving towards you a little bit differently, or if their demeanor has changed, it might be a good time to switch up who you associate with. You want to make sure you're around people who are supporting you and are bringing in high vibrational energy. Now, Sagittarius, I'm going to take a look here now at your career, your love life, and your personal life. So let's go ahead and hop on into that. What do we have showing up here for career for the zodiac of Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus throughout September 2023. What's showing up here in career? Interestingly enough, what I'm hearing for you, Sag, is that from April of 2023 to now, there is definitely a massive difference in your career. So there's something about April to now where your money definitely could be improving. You're seeing a difference in your money from that time in comparison to September. But let's take a look for the career. We have here the Eight of Wands. We have here the Emperor, love that, and we have here the Moon card. Some of you guys are getting the ability here to level up into a very, very high position. Emperor card is a card that represents naturally a boss in a career space. So some of you guys might be becoming a boss. I do see here with the Eight of Wands to the Emperor, your boss may be sending you on a business trip. There could be some sort of travel involved with your career here this month, if that does happen to be the case here for you. I do see that some of you may miss home with the Moon card, or it may be a trip where you miss your current surroundings, but at the end of the day, it does look like it's something that pays well. So if there's some sort of trip coming up here in your career, it does look like it pays off financially. You might just miss your normal comfortable surroundings. Like I mentioned though, Emperor showing up could be the energy of moving up in the ranks in your job, but it also could be the energy here of like a boss commending you, a boss really appreciating the hard work you put in, you know, really seeing you for who you are as a worker, you know, really seeing who you are as a person in your career, like seeing how good you work, how hard you work, and wanting to set up ways and paths of success for you. So this could be the energy of you kind of being scouted by people, wanting to help you kind of thrive and succeed more within your career, because I do get that energy of you being a very hard worker, and this is the energy of people noticing that and taking note of it. So there could be opportunities there, which is really, really cool for career. I do want to touch base on this Moon card though. Let's get some clarification on that. We have here the Queen of Wands and we have here the Page of Pentacles. The Moon card's giving me the vibe of like, I do love what it is I do, but it could be emotional taxing. So for your career, Sagittarius, there might be some kind of emotionally taxing aspect to it, especially if you work in retail, maybe you work in the food industry. It is difficult sometimes. It can be a very emotionally taxing job to do, especially to, you know, communicate with people and to do a lot of the workload that you do. So I do feel like there can be some emotionally draining aspects that come of it, but it does feel to me that your surroundings, aka your coworkers, your management, your staff, they have a powerful way of lifting you up. So you're in a good work environment is what I feel. Even though it can be pretty draining, you have good support around you, which is fantastic here to see. Now, hopping on into what's going on in love, let's look at the single Saggies here first and see what's up. What do we got showing up here for the single Sagittarians throughout the month here of September 2023? Anything coming up here for the single Saggies? First card is going to be the Nine of Wands, and the next card is going to be the World card. I do get the feeling here that if you are currently single, you might want to continue to stay single. Nine of Wands is an energy of hesitancy, so you might be a little hesitant to date, to open yourself up to other connections with other people at this time. I think that right now, dating is just not really what you might be looking forward to. Yeah, Four of Swords, taking a break from dating, taking a break from wanting to connect with people romantically. So chances are, if you are single, Sag, you're single by choice, is what I'm feeling here for many of you. Now coming on into the coupled Sagittarians, what do we have here for Sagittarius couples in September 2023? We have here the Three of Cups, definitely some happiness coming in for you. We have here the Nine of Cups as well, and we have here the Five of Wands. I do feel like there is some sort of celebration energy showing up for coupled Sagittarians, because if it's been a bit of a rocky time or a hard time, you're definitely moving past that here with your romantic partner. Five of Wands can talk about irritation and irritability within a relationship. It can discuss fighting. It can discuss not really being in a place of understanding each other, miscommunications. You know, in September, we are in a period of Mercury retrograde where miscommunications can be very, very prominent, but I feel that you are learning how to communicate with your partner better in more of a proper manner where both of you actually understand each other. It's not about listening to each other, it's about understanding each other, and that's starting to be highlighted here within your relationship. So very satisfactory is what it looks like. Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, you're happy with each other, you feel more empowered, you feel more together as you've overcome any sort of miscommunication issues. And if anything, you guys have learned to understand each other in so much of a better format that it greatly, greatly improves the relationship. So good news here for coupled Sagittarians. Now, taking a look here at you personally, what do we have personally going on here for Sag throughout September 2023? What's coming up here personally? We have here the Six of Cups. We have here the Six of Pentacles, and we have here the Fool card. On more of a personal level, I do think some of you guys can be letting go of something massive that you've gone through in your past. You know, this could be about releasing past traumas or releasing past things that kind of still affected you to this day. Unfortunately, our past can carry out into our present with many things that we undergo and experience. And I think for you guys, you're finally starting to leave something in the past and not allow it to interfere with your daily life any longer. So Six of Pentacles is the energy of like, I feel rejuvenated, I feel rebalanced. And with the Fool card, I'm glad that I was able to put something behind me and not have to carry that burden with me anymore in my daily life. So love that for you too. Really fantastic to see. Now, Sagittarius, I'm going to do 2 more spreads here before we sign off at the end of the video. So let's have a look here now at the best message for you to hear this month, and then we'll jump right into the overall outcome, and that'll be it here for your reading. So what is going to be the best message that Sagittarians need to hear coming into the month of September 2023? First card out, we got here the Empress. Love it. Nurture yourself, baby. Next card is going to be the Queen of Cups. And lastly, it's going to be the Magician. Now, with the Empress coming out for you, major card of nurturing, okay? This is the energy of making sure that you love yourself, appreciate yourself. You know, anything that has to do with self-love, if you can incorporate it into your life, that's going to be a fantastic benefit for you. It's also about seeing things through a prettier lens is what I'm hearing. I think that if you can look at situations with a more fresh perspective, if you can have a good kind of outlook on life, you're going to have a really good month here ahead here too. So incorporating more positive perspectives will be wonderful for you. The Empress here though could be children. So this might be the time here where if you are in a relationship, you could be trying for children as well. But despite all those aspects, the most important message I'm seeing here right now with the Empress coming out is to love yourself and to do what you can to take positive steps to create a positive direction. The Empress is a very massive card of a person who's willing to grow, but the best way we can grow is when we're growing with a positive attitude. So adopting a very positive attitude can really invoke growth here in your life. Now, next we have here the Queen of Cups, which is a great card here of channeling your emotions. I feel like one of the most important messages here too is that your emotions are very powerful and they really do help you manifest with the Magician. So be mindful of the emotions that you're sitting in. You know, if you're in a very happy and high vibrational place, you are more likely to manifest really amazing and high vibrational things. You know, sometimes when we're in lower vibrational states, we can manifest lower vibrational situations. So the more that we can focus on creating a very positive attitude and be in these high vibrational states of being, the more that we can start to put that beautiful energy into what we wish to create and desire. So really make sure you're speaking things into existence, but pretty much matching your energy with that. So let's say, for example, I really want to manifest this new car. Feel the excitement of what it would be like to have a new car, right? Get into your emotions and connect with it. How would it feel to drive this new car? How would it feel to own it? How would it feel to go down the road? You know, when you start to incorporate your emotions into the things you're manifesting, it makes it all that much more powerful. All right, very, very cool. And officially now for you, Sag, hopping on into your overall outcome, let's take a look and see what that's going to be. So what's the overall outcome here for Sagittarius throughout September 2023? And what do we got? We got here the Six of Swords. Yep, Sagittarius, you are keeping it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Love that, guys. Yeah, I think that right now you finally have reached calmer shores. You know, we discussed a bit in the beginning how you were going through a bit of a rough time and something new has shifted in your life, and you've gotten into a place that seems pretty peaceful. And you're on calmer shores right now. You're on calmer waters and you've reached it. And this is the time to enjoy it, right? When you think of a sailor that's out in the open seas, I don't think any sailor is necessarily enjoying the rough seas or the rough waters. But when a sailor can finally reach the calm, you know damn well that sailor is going to sit back on that boat, relax, and enjoy the calm seas. So I feel like that's the same indicator here in your life. You have got through the rough and rocky parts. It is time to enjoy the calm. It is time to enjoy the peace. And honestly, seeing your situation or turnaround, it's time to pretty much enjoy that. So really wonderful, Sag. Live it up here at this time. And I really do hope you enjoyed your reading. So guys, thank you so much for inviting me into your energy. I appreciate it. It is an honor to read for you as always. And I do hope you enjoyed here your September 2023 tarot reading. If you enjoyed today's video, drop a like and a comment. And definitely if you're new here, do consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you into the Soul family. So thank you in advance. And if anybody's interested in a personal reading, head over to my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. I'll be happy to meet you over there. But have a great September, Sagittarius, and I will catch you all in in the next video. Much love and have yourselves a good one. Peace.